Hunting out of a blind is a great way to get up close and personal while hunting, especially in areas that don't have good trees for stands. They are quick to set up, they are portable, they help hide your movements, they help keep you dry and out of the wind, and are great options when taking kids out hunting. Like I said, they are easy to set up, but with everything that comes with hunting, you have to pay attention to the details to have success. So in this video, we are going over 5 tips to help you be more successful when hunting out of a blind. First of all, I am not going to go over the usual hunting tips. I want to focus on things that are unique to hunting out of a blind. Of course, you should still do your scouting, play the wind, etc. This is only things you have to worry about when you're hunting out of a blind. Now, with that little disclaimer out of the way, the first tip is you need to prepare the blind itself before you go set it up at that target spot. Now, it doesn't matter if you went out and you bought a brand new blind or if you're using the same blind you've used for many seasons, you still need to set it up early and let it air out. If you bought a new blind, that new fabric smell can be pretty strong. It's got a heavy plastic scent to it sometimes. And if you're using the same blind you used last year, you probably stored it in your garage all off season, it's probably picked up quite a few unwanted scents. What you should do is you take that blind, set it up outside, spray it down with some scent killer, and let it soak up the fresh air. You might also want to treat it with some of that waterproofing spray if you're worried about leaking. Just go to any camping section and you should be able to find what you're looking for. Just do this before you spray it down with that scent killer. And the second tip is to clear the ground on the inside of the blind. Cut down any tall grass or brush and remove any leaf litter that would be on the inside of the blind. If you have to move around and adjust your seat a little bit, which I guarantee you will, you'll want it to be silent. The last thing you want is to have to adjust your seat to make a better shot, only to crunch a bunch of leaves and break some sticks. Just take the little extra time and effort to clear away the tall grass, brush away any leaves, and just generally clear up the area. It'll allow you to move around a lot quieter. And the third tip is to absolutely make sure that you brush in your blind. When a blind is set up all by itself, it just looks like a giant blob. You need to break up that shape by taking, some limbs, some tall grass, whatever is natural to that area, and place it around the blind. Put some brush on top and around all sides, making sure to leave yourself some clear shooting lanes. Also, don't skyline your blind. What that means is if you place it on top of a hill, don't set it up in an area where there's nothing behind it. You need to have some taller structure behind it to keep, that obvious blind blob silhouette from it just sticks out like a sore thumb. And the fourth tip is to make sure you have the right chair. The right chair makes all the difference. And you might think that comfort is the most important thing you need to worry about. Quiet movement sometimes can be even more important. Those big lawn chairs are comfortable, but you can't easily adjust without having to make a lot of noise and move a lot. Those armrests are also pretty restrictive. I have found that a chair with a good cushion that rotates or swivels and doesn't have armrests is the best option. This allows you to be comfortable, it doesn't restrict your movement, and it allows you to easily and quietly adjust your shot angles. And the last tip is to pay attention to what the deer might see on the inside. It doesn't matter how well you brush in a blind if a deer can see you from a mile away while you're sitting in it. All of the windows behind you need to be closed. If you don't do that, you run the risk of being backlit. So all the deer will see would just be this black silhouette of an obvious hunter moving around. You might also consider wearing all black. Camo against a black background does stick out a little bit. I have had success hunting out of a blind while wearing camo, but it helps you blend in a little more if you just kind of dress like a ninja and fade into the background. Also, try to set up your blind to where the sun's not going to be just shining right in that open window right into your face. That's just going to light you up like a Christmas tree. The point is to be in the shadows, and if the sun's shining right in your face, that just defeats the purpose. Also, don't sit like right in front of the window. You need to be sitting more toward the back to stay in the shadows. If you sit right up in front of the edge, it doesn't matter how blacked out you are and where the sun's facing. You're going to be right in their face. So that was 5 tips to stay hidden while you're hunting out of a blind. If you have any more tips and tricks, leave those down in the comments below. Hit that like button if you like this video, share it if you found it helpful, and make sure that you are subscribed so you can stay informed.